because I did the live stream initially, and then it was like you need to reorientate your screen. So I was like, all right. So I did that, and then it just kept coming up as like fucking error. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna redo this again. But then the original live stream, like the 15-second clip, got posted anyway. It was just a bit of a fucking mess, to be honest. However, we're here now, and the topic of this one is how to have effortless conversations with beautiful women. So the topic of the live stream is going to be our conversations, yeah? Because remember, approaching is not seduction, yeah? The approach, that's the first part. That's the easy part. When you go up to a girl, you tell her she looks good, great, you've done an approach. But that's just the first phase of it, yeah? So we want to be focusing on having quality conversations. One sec, it's going to adjust the lighting so my face doesn't look so fucking bright. Ah, fuck it, it's bright. So yeah, that's the gist is conversations, how to just have better conversations in general. So this was a comment that someone left on one of my videos, like, can you help me with my conversations, because my conversations are basically shit. And I think the question was how you can improve your conversations like outside of just doing day game, yeah? Because I think one of the problems in this space is that guys get into it and they've got no social skills and they want to use day game in order to improve their social skills. So they're trying to get their social and sexual needs met through the same avenue, which can be a bit difficult because like you're basically being dependent on women who you're attracted to fulfill your social needs. So let's get our social needs met first and then translate that when we're actually going out there seducing the world, because that's what it's about. That's what pre-gaming's about, yeah? So rather than just going out there and trying to like warm yourself up on the streets, just do like a social activity before you go out there, yeah? So before you even go out to like meet women, just do something social beforehand, like go like meet your mates, go fucking bowling, go chat with some of your mates at a cafe. Anything that you can do to get yourself socially in sync, the better. Like right now, like I'm making this live stream. I've not really spoken to anybody today. Like I bumped into my mate actually down by the canal. Shout out to Baker. Always bump into you down there, man. But like, I'm not feeling very social at the moment. So like, this is good for me because this gets me in like a social mood. So like even before you go out and speak to people, maybe you can like record yourself, just literally record yourself, talk to yourself, like how you're feeling right now. Maybe you're not feeling very social, but just the simple act of talking just gets you into that social mood, doesn't it? So yeah, that's what we're going to be covering. I'm going to do some like updates and stuff. I've quit caffeine as well, so that's why I feel like a piece of fucking social sludge right now. But yeah, I just don't want to be dependent on like a fucking substance, do you know what I mean, to just do shit. So I was like, yeah, fuck that, I can do that. So it's like day 5 now. It's been like a bit of a rocky road, but fucking getting there, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's nice. Right, so little updates and stuff. So I'm starting to feel it more now. So updates and stuff. First of all, Valentine's bootcamp weekend there is getting closer. So if you want to sign up for it, if you want to apply, get involved, get me, I was going to say get me a custard cream, not a fucking euphemism. Get in contact with me if you want to sign up for the greatest weekend of your fucking life in February, 11th till the 14th, ukdaygame@gmail.com. And also, while we're on the topic of Christian Casanova experiences, I am planning potentially to run a Comic-Con experience, a sort of like Comic-Con boot camp type of thing at the end of Feb. I think the date's the 26th and the 27th of the Comic-Con in London. I think this is going to be such a unique event. To like, I want to take one guy, yeah, I'm going to go and I want to take another guy with me who's serious about making rapid progress in rapid time. I think the environment of Comic-Con allows for, if you're an introverted guy, if you struggle with conversations, if you've been going out there and you've got quite like a low energy and you struggle to to maybe find your sort of girl, then I think Comic-Con could be the greatest fucking decision of your life to go there with me. We're not going to be dressing up, don't worry, you don't need to like fucking sort an outfit, unless you want to, like by all means if you're into that sort of shit. But I think the Comic-Con experience will be an unreal time for any guy who's like watching this. If you're like a low energy, introverted guy, maybe you're more on the quirky side, then the social arena of Comic-Con is just going to be a golden fucking arena to have those conversations. Like, I was speaking to Dan about this, and he was like, you should 100% do a Comic-Con experience. Take a guy there and just shatter all the sticking points. And like, you know, there's such a sexual undercurrent at Comic-Con. Do you know what I mean? Like, the girls are dressing up, it's cosplay, everyone's there for a good time. So easy to strike up conversations, to get yourself socially in sync, socially lubricated. So I've not publicized this anywhere else. So if you're watching this, you've got first dibs on getting involved. Like I said, there's only gonna be one space available. It's gonna be me and one other guy who wants to come to Comic-Con at the end of Feb in London. So if you're interested in that, drop me an email, ukdaygame@gmail.com, and we can get that sorted. So yeah, get in while it's fucking spicy. I've had a question. One sec, mate. I will answer your question. Oh, fuck me. What's happened there? How do I get the little thing up? One sec. Fuck you, man. One sec. Got ya. Hi, Justin. How you doing, man? Hey, Christian. I want out today. Any mindsets you have when going out solo? Yeah, I do have mindsets when going out solo. 1 second, Justin. I'm gonna make a note of that, and I will get back to it. 1 sec. Got this nice fucking pen with me because I've made notes and shit, so I don't get sidetracked. But mindsets when going out solo. If I fuck it, man, I'll just answer it now. Fuck it, don't matter. Yeah. Hopefully you're still here. You can listen to this individually tailored advice. 1 sec. I'm gonna take a sip of H2O. All right. First thing I'll say, Justin, is currently, mate, I'm writing a book. I'm writing my magnus opus on street seduction mastery, and within the pages of this book, there's going to be all sorts of things, including mindsets, especially when going out solo. However, because I'm all about the fucking value, I'm going to share some of my mindsets with you right now. And I also recommend as well that you listen to my podcast. They're available for free for you, for fucking ever. There's 66 episodes available. If you digest all that shit, then fucking rosy. But all right, first of all, when you're going out solo, you need to give yourself a sense of permission, yeah? Because when we're going out there, this links to like the conversation stuff as well that we're going to cover. When you're going out there, you can feel a bit weird. You can feel a bit like, oh, this is weird. Like, people are going to like look at me and stuff. I'm on my own. You have to give yourself the sense of permission that what you're doing is fine. All right, it's healthy. I do it all the time. My videos are out there on YouTube. It's fine. So don't feel weird for going out there, because she feels what you feel. Yeah, she's your mirror, as Torero would say. R.I.P. man. So she feels what you feel. So if you're in your head thinking, oh my God, this is weird, this is creepy, I shouldn't be doing this, then she's going to follow your lead and she's going to feel that as well. And I know that's difficult to internalize. However, the more you do it, the more you get acclimatized to the process, and the more it just feels normal. Yeah, the first time you do anything is weird, but after you've done it 100 times, it's fine. However, again, to reiterate, approaching is not seduction. So I was speaking with one of my online clients in Australia. I just got off the phone to him before. And we had a really enlightening conversation, and he had the epiphany today how there's such a difference between pickup and seduction. Like, he was going out there, he was approaching a lot of girls, he was getting numbers, he was going on dates, but like something internally didn't quite feel right. He felt like a pickup robot, like flipping stones, going through the motions. And then today he finally had a conversation, like a quality conversation, where he built investment, he created a connection, he made the girl feel witnessed, beautiful, desired, sexy. And he knows coming out of that conversation that is definitely going to lead to a quality date with a quality girl. So this is how we create that full body seductive lifestyle. It's through conversations, not just approaching. So, okay, Justin, you're going out there solo. Your mindset should be, today, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to seduce the world. So I'm going to go make people feel great about themselves. Go in with I'm going to give shit to the world rather than a take mentality. Yeah, it's good to have the sort of the take mentality, right? It's good to want things, yeah? But it's a case of wanting things but not needing things, yeah? So you're going out into the world, you're making people feel cool, all that good shit, and you're just spreading those positive vibes. And like, you know, no one's gonna fucking criticize you for doing things like that, like just fucking saying hello to people, striking up conversation with strangers. So normalize it. Give yourself the permission. Have as many conversations as possible. Just be that social guy who goes around his day, sees girls who he finds attractive, he speaks to them, non-needy, carefree vibe, and let the chips fall where they may. Like anyone who criticizes you for following your truth, fuck them. Doesn't matter. I don't care anyway. Like look around. Like no one realistically cares. So yeah, hopefully that helps with the mindset going out there. I'd also recommend as well that if you're going out there like solo, to give yourself a time frame and like a number of conversations that you want to hit that day. So if you go over to my blog on my website www.christiancasanova.com, I've posted like a 5-week program that you can follow, which gives you the perfect mix of immersion, consistency, and just practical fucking advice. So I recommend going over looking at that as well. It's free, so you might as fucking well. But yeah, if you set yourself a time frame, like, okay, today I'm going to go out, I'm going to have 5 quality conversations with 5 girls who I'm attracted to. That's a really quality mindset to be going out with, rather than just being like, you know, today I'm going to go out and, you know, maybe speak to like a few girls. I'll spend 4 hours parading around the pavement. It's like, you know, no one's got any fucking time for that realistically. So yeah, hopefully that helps with the mindsets and going out. The best thing you can do, man, is literally just go out there. Start speaking with people. It doesn't have to be anything crazy to start off with. So yeah, this leads us nicely into our conversation topic, how you can start making your conversation with women more effortless. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide you with like some practical things that you can do to supercharge your conversations right now. And then a little bit later on, I'm going to talk about a sort of mindset mentality that really allows you to transcend the whole fucking thing and just have those effortless conversations. So I'll spring them off really quickly. So the first thing to have effortless conversations is to focus on situational springboards, yeah? So whatever has caught your attention about the girl who you're speaking with, you use that in your conversation. So maybe it's the way that she's dressed, but we can go deeper than that. It doesn't always have to be what the girl's wearing. Maybe she's got an accent. Maybe you got a whiff of her perfume. Maybe it's the speed of her walk. Maybe it's her eye contact. Maybe it's her energy. And you can say to her, you know, what's your secret? What do you mean, what's my secret? Oh, you've got a really interesting energy. I had to come over and say hello. You know, that sort of thing. So these are situational springboards. Something that you have noticed specifically about the girl in this moment, and then you relate that back to her, okay? You're basically a witness to the girl, and then you vocalize what you see. And what's cool as well is that the situational springboards, the things that you talk about, they don't need to just be about the girl, all right? They can be about anything within the situation, in the environment currently. So maybe something has just happened. Maybe like a homeless person walks into your conversation, all right? And then he leaves the conversation. You can just say something like that all of your ex-boyfriends follow you around, or, you know, I thought it was just gonna be me and you today, but, you know, I didn't realize that fucking dodgy Dave was gonna show up and infiltrate us. So that's like you're springboarding off your environment. Or maybe you can like create stories about the people who are walking by. So that's something that I do all the time. It's kind of like breaking the fourth wall with the girl. So it's like, you know, what do you reckon these people's stories are? I reckon he's a serial killer. I reckon she's having an affair with that guy. And I reckon that homeless guy is looking for a happy ending at some point, but not with me, maybe with you. All right. So it's just, you're using your environment to create more conversation material. And, you know, the most, I mean, that's pretty practical shit already, but to make that even more practical is just pay attention to life. Like, pay attention to as much of life as possible. Like, people who pay attention to life, like think of like stand-up comedians, they're always like paying attention to what's going on, like in the news, or just like topical things. I'm not saying that you need to talk to the girl about the fucking news, but what I'm saying is that you pay attention to life, and that then becomes your conversation repertoire, okay? So that's the first thing, you know, situational springboards, just naming things that have caught your attention about the girl or the situation that you currently find yourself in. The other thing is open questions, so asking girls questions which require more than a yes or no answer. So get the girl to invest into the conversation by just asking her some open questions like, what's the plan today? What do you think about? Why are you so friendly? Just asking girls why is a great thing to do. So she's like, oh, I'm going shopping today. Why? And then, you say it with like a cheeky intonation, little smirk, whatever. She says, oh, I really love going swimming. You just kind of look at her for a little while, marinate in the moment, don't say anything straight away, and just be like, why? And then she's like, oh, well, I've done it since I was a kid, and it's something that I like to do, and it really helps me relax. And then from her response, you can then talk about more things and relate it back to her. That's the key, okay? So if she gives you a response like, oh, I like to go swimming, it helps me relax, then you can enter like a deeper level of connection with that girl. So she said, okay, going swimming helps her relax. So that implies to me that she's got quite a hectic lifestyle. She's quite a busy woman. Maybe she doesn't have a lot of time for herself. So I would say something like, helps you relax. All right, so you sound like quite a busy like woman of the world. Like, what do you wish that you had more time for? All right, and then that's how you start to engineer a more authentic connection where you hear what she said and then you start to make her question her own reality. And I think that is one of the key ingredients to having those effortless connections with women. It's where you start to make them question themselves, like looking like deep into themselves and start to actually ask themselves, why do I do things? What do I actually wish I had more time for? And they'll remember you because you're the person who provoked that epiphany. So yeah, deep shit, man. Hashtag fucking deep shit. But this is what it's about, man. This isn't about like fucking surface level seduction. This isn't about like robotic pickup. This is literally about having a full body seductive lifestyle where you make people question their own realities, where you delve deep with people. And people might be like watching this being like, yeah, but Christian, you've only just met this girl. Who gives a fuck? Assumed familiarity. Like, seduce girls as if you've already seduced them. Talk to girls like you've already met them before. Like, flirt with girls like you've already flirted with them before. Like, if you've got that mindset, like you treat girls like you're already sleeping with them, treating girls like you've already seduced them, treating girls like you've known them your entire life, it just takes a lot of the stress, a lot of like the anxiety away from things. But I mentioned this actually on the recent podcast where I had this epiphany the other day. Well, it was yesterday basically, because that's when I made the podcast. Listen to the podcast because it's more authentic. But I realized that like all of our anxieties as men, in my opinion, come from the fact that we're just being pussies about things. Like, that is literally the case. Like, all the shit that's causing your anxiety, if you just stop being a pussy and just run towards resistance and dive bombed into discomfort, then your anxiety would be shattered. Like, anxiety is amplified by avoidance. So whatever you're scared of right now, it's in your power to change it, to control it, to break through it. And no one else is going to do it for you. But I think just one of the most humbling mindsets that I've developed is, Christian, stop being a fucking pussy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to go to the gym today. Oh, stop being a fucking pussy, man. Just go out and go do shit. Like, what's the worst that can happen? If you feel shit, you're not going to feel any worse for going out and actually don't want to say taking action, because, like, I feel the whole take action thing has just become over fucking used. I just prefer just say do shit. Just go out and do shit, yeah? Go out, do shit. Shut up, do shit. If you find yourself in one of those, like, whiny positions where you're like, life's so difficult, stop being a fucking pussy, man. Like, this is your life, and it's like, fucking hell. Like, no one else is going to come and save you. Do you know what I'm saying? I got a really good book recently. It was recommended to me. It's Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. People ask me for, like, book recommendations and stuff. I'm not really, like, a fucking theory junkie, but you know what? I like English literature. I like reading and shit, so that's one for the... Because I've, like, kind of cut out, like, TV, like, fucking all that, like, bullshit stuff. Just reading more in the evenings. Anyway, that's really helped. So if you're someone who's, like, wants to just, like, live a life free from bullshit, then I can recommend this book. I'm not sponsored. Don't get any money for it, but just want to fucking help you. So, yeah, nice one. But yeah, just stop being a pussy, basically. That's just just keep it simple, innit? Just keep it fucking simple. Like, we already know what we need within us. Anyway, the other thing to make your conversations with women effortless, with beautiful women, I should say, effortless, is to be able to break the fourth wall and just be real. And then this is one of the main reasons why guys choose to work with me these days. It's a level of authenticity that's in my conversations. It's the desire to just allow the world to see you as you are in this moment. Like, I think that's what will really set your conversations apart. And this is a massive part of I don't want to just say like my seduction, it's just a massive part of my personality, me in general, where I'm able to just express myself in an authentic, non-bullshit way to the world. But it's like, it's not coming from like a noncy, needy, supplicating place. Like, say for example, you run out of things to say to a girl. Like, this is what causes most guys so much stress, so much unnecessary stress. Like, who gives a fuck if you run out of things to say? People run out of shit to say all the time. Like, if you were talking with a girl and you acted as if you'd known her all your life, or if you're already sleeping with her, you'd already seduced her, if you were acting like that, mate, you wouldn't give a flying fuck if you run out of shit to say. You'd be waiting for her to fill in the blank, right? So like, if you run out of shit to say, just announce that to the girl. Just literally make a fucking joke of it. Keep it light. Run out of shit to say, just literally just say that to her. Like, you know what? I was like, gonna say something then, but I forgot. I don't know if that's happened to you before, like where you're chatting and your mind goes blank, like, whatever. You're gonna have to help me out, although this is gonna get awkward. Do you know what I mean? So that's just a higher level of just, I don't know what the fucking word for it is. That's just like transcendent shit. And it's really easy to do as well. But I think doing it and actually implementing, like knowing it and implementing it are different things, right? Because most guys are like, oh, I can't tell a girl that. Well, you can, man, because we're all fucking humans, aren't we? It's all, you just, the more real that you can keep your conversations, the less stress that your seduction will have attached to it. Because no longer will you be, because like fear is like the ultimate inhibitor, yeah? It's like the things that when you're scared, it's like you don't want to put yourself out there because you fear something. It's like you ask yourself, why do I feel that? Why? And eventually it comes back to like, oh, I'm scared of like dying, basically. I'm scared of being abandoned or unloved or whatever. All this shit is going on in the subconscious. But like when you put yourself in front of a girl, you just have to really let go, man. That is actually the highest fucking thing, is letting go. And that is sorry, mate. Don't apologise for interrupting the broadcast. That's a great. One sec, mate. I'm gonna get the chat up. Can't see it. I need to stop wearing fucking white, mate. Get the chat up. One sec. Top chat. Sound. Lee's life, 100%, mate. Cheers. Was confused why girls weren't following up after conversation, but realised there was no flirting, teasing, banter, etc. It all makes sense. Yeah, you're welcome, Justin. Well, one sec. Fuck me, man. There's literally so much shit going off. It's fucking chaotic, mate. One sec. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Jesus Christ. Christian, get your fucking shit sorted, man. Jesus Christ. Alright. It's fucking value, innit? Sorry to interrupt your broadcast, man, but this guy I'm meant to go out with soon apparently wings with you. He mentioned your name. Great content. Hashtag deep shit. Leads life. Who is it, man? Is it one of my former flames? One of my clients? Is it Sam? You're gonna go out with Sam? I hope it's Sam. That'd be funny. It's either... Well, you have to let me know who it is. I don't know. He'll probably let me know anyway. But yeah, if you're watching this live stream, give it a fucking like. But yeah, that was it. Before all the chaos occurred, letting go. Let's go back to that fucking freeze frame. There we go, letting go. This right here is the secret of making your conversations with girls, with beautiful women, with the fucking outlandishly attractive women. This is the secret right here to making those conversations effortless, all right? This is free fucking value right here, so fucking note this down. The way that you make your conversations with beautiful women effortless is simply by letting go, by not giving a flying fuck, all right? And I know that's very easy to say, but that's how you make your conversations effortless. It's where you simply go into every interaction with a take it or leave it mindset. Like, no matter what happens, no matter if you run out of things to say, no matter if it's a car crash, no matter if frogs start falling out the sky, you can deal with it. And that is the essence of core confidence, all right? And that supersedes any trappings that you can imagine. Like if you've got like a shitload of money, whatever, anything that you can think of. If you're comfortable in your own skin, if you're comfortable in chaos, then mate, seriously, your conversations will fucking skyrocket. And this, like, guys work with me for different reasons, but usually it's the level of authenticity, the frame control, and the conversation skills. Like my conversation skills, I would say, far outweigh any other person who's doing this. And when you work with me, you soak up this type of energy. But what guys really learn when they work with me one-on-one is it's not even about what I'm saying. It's not even so much how I'm saying it. but it's how I feel within myself. And it's really difficult thing to sort of get through to people. But if you want this in a sort of mentality, it's just a surrender to chaos mentality. Like, that's my mantra going through life. It's literally surrender to chaos. Like, if you're experiencing pain, discomfort, whatever affliction you're feeling, just literally just surrender to it. Like, just let go to it, accept it, allow it to be there. Like, nothing is ever fucking smooth sailing. Like, life is not linear. Feelings are forever fluctuating. So the more you can just be comfortable, dance with your demons, surrender to chaos, like, life is fucking sweet, man. So yeah, like, in regards to making your conversations effortless, it comes when you really just, when you just stop fucking caring, to be honest. That's really the essence of effortless, of just like an effortless life, isn't it? When you want things, but you don't need things. Because it's like, when you want something too bad, you end up pushing it away. But it's like, when you're like a bit nonchalant about it, a bit ambivalent, maybe you've got like a few girls who you're texting, and one of them, like, you're not paying them that much attention anymore, she's probably the one who's going to be chasing you more. And it's crazy, but the one that you're like actively pursuing, then she's like, seems like a million miles away. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you have to kind of go through that phase. And I think, yeah, go out, have as many conversations with as many girls as possible, get as much experience as possible. And the more you realize, I think, when you go through this process so many times with like different girls, different experiences, different times, whatever, you just realize that it's just all just fucking, it's just nah. Do you know what I mean? It's just fun. That's all it is. It's just fucking fun. It's just to be able to go through life with like that sense of ease. And the best ways that I found to sort of gather that momentum, which is what you need to really, see like anxiety for what it is, have that like higher perspective. Just gather momentum. It doesn't just have to be gathering momentum by going out and doing some fucking day game. Like, great. Get momentum from doing that. It's certainly therapeutic. Like, learning, mastering this skill set will change your fucking life. Like, I'm a testimonial to the process. Like, it's all documented. You can watch it on my YouTube channel. If you see like my early videos compared to like my recent videos, like, it's a massive fucking skyrocketed acceleration of progress. But just like me as a person internally, like, the wonders that this process has done for me, like, I've not really experienced anything like it. So yeah, if you're at the start of your journey, or maybe you've been in the game for a little while and your progress has plateaued, I think guys come to this with like the wrong angle. It's like you're like trying constantly to like get more things, but it's like, if you just see this, going out, speaking to girls during the day, as a compliment to your existence, like, you're not dependent on it, you're not needy for fucking day game. Shit just starts happening, man. And if shit hasn't happened yet, if you've been in the game for a while and you've got fuck all results, just get in contact with me, or get in contact with somebody, because I think, life's too short to piss about with this stuff. So yeah, nice one. I'll just look at the chat and stuff. Apologies if my fucking conversations are a bit off today, fellas. I'm recovering from a fucking caffeine, like, not being, quit caffeine basically. Hey, Abe, my guy, you're here. Good to have you, man. What do you think of Tom Torero? Like, I've made a podcast on it. It's called Surrender to Chaos. Listen to that. James, hey, Casanova, man. You're always fucking here on these live streams. I get stifled at times and clam up forgetting what to say next. I keep having to remind myself it's how you say something and not what you say. Yeah, definitely. Like, it's common, man. Like, it's common for guys, like, when you're in, especially if you've not spoken to anybody for a little while. But honestly, the best thing you can do is just own your state, own where you're at, and just own the absolute fuck out of yourself. Yeah, because all we have control over is ourselves. Like, guys often get in their heads thinking like, oh, what's the girl thinking? Does she like me? When really, the questions are shit. We should be asking, do I like her? Yeah, like, these are the questions that we should be asking. Like, you can only you just have to focus on yourself and literally just hitting like 10 out of 10 with everything else. You know, that's literally the key. Like, you don't just do your own shit, go your own fucking way, do all the things that make you happy, find fulfillment in many things, and you know, don't overthink, overdo. Yeah, it's just like, just do as much shit as possible, and then just practice being able to let go of it all, man. Because I think that's where we find like inner peace and stuff. I don't want to go into like monk mode over here, but I think just being able to have that level of like, yeah, I want things, but I don't want them to the point where like I'm shooting myself in the foot. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, one of the questions that somebody asked a while back, which I said that I would cover, was how to actually improve your social skills when you're not like going out there doing day games. I think that's important. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't just be getting your social needs met from going out. You should be able to, you know, do other shit. So I've written some things down. So first of all, get some fucking hobbies that demand you to be social. They don't even have to be like socially demanding hobbies, but for example, like, I've been a magician for 10 years. Obviously that forces me in front of people. Yeah, so I got socially calibrated, socially in sync through doing something that I was passionate about. So like, what are you passionate about? What could you use to accelerate your social skills? Maybe you're a musician, maybe you're a performer, maybe you play sports, maybe you swim, maybe you play rugby, maybe you play football. Well, all of these things you can use to then engineer a social group. Yeah, the people who you go swim with, the people who you play rugby with. Maybe you do like martial arts. Like, I recently started doing Muay Thai, whatever it's called, the Thai like boxing thing, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? And it's documented on the podcast. Listen to podcast Surrender to Chaos. But just doing more things, putting yourself in front of new people, just spending less time in your house. I think that is one of the most practical pieces of advice I can give to people. Like, if you want to improve your social skills, you have to be in the social arena. And the social arena is not in your fucking house on your own. Like, you need to go outside, breathe in the fresh air. Even if it's just going to a cafe and asking the lady who serves you your coffee, or green tea in my case. Yeah, I know it's still got a little bit of caffeine in it, but fuck you, green tea. Just asking the lady, like, you know, how's your day going? Or just getting used to doing that. Maybe you're like at the bus stop and you just see somebody and just like, how's your day going? Or, you're alright. You know, just being able to strike up these spontaneous conversations with strangers. Beautiful way of improving your conversation skills. Like, I made the video, which is like, it's the one which the thumbnail is like, flirt with the world. I think it's like new to day game in London or something. Don't number close, do this. And yeah, you can just spend like 30 minutes going outside and just having conversations with people. It's not in a day game context, it's just in a social context. Like, you want to improve your social skills, you have to have more conversations. How do you have more conversations? You have to put yourself in the position to have conversations. So going out, doing what scares you, like, do what scares you on a daily basis. This is what I say to my guys all the time. Like, day game is simply a practice of overcoming resistance, and the more that we can overcome resistance as men, the better we're going to be at being able to pull the trigger. When you see that beautiful girl, and prior to that you've had loads of social interaction, you've like had a cold shower, you've done loads of shit that you didn't want to do today, you've acclimatized yourself to overcoming the resistance. It's a practice, you know. So use resistance as your reason to do things. Like, whenever you get that impulse in your mind, like, oh, I really can't be arsed doing that, that's when you know that you have to do it, right? It's 100% has to be done. So if I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I really don't want to get in that cold shower, or I really don't want to go to the gym, or I really don't want to go outside today, because I get those feelings as well. Or maybe it's like, oh, I've got like loads of videos to make this week, I've got podcasts. It's like, first of all, sort out your first world fucking problems, Christian. Like, it's not like, it's a case of you get to do these things. Right, so stop like brainwashing yourself, being like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do. Just say to yourself, like, I get to do this. You know, even if it's like the most mundane, trivial thing, like taking out the fucking bin. Like, you get to do that. If you're taking out the bin, it means you've got rubbish, probably like food and stuff that you're taking out to throw away. So, you know, you've got food, you've got a fucking roof over your head. It's like, you get to do all these things. Like, you get to go to the gym, you get to go out and talk to girls. Like, it's beautiful fucking life. Like, it's a beautiful time to be alive, man. All these things that we get to do, but it's like, so many of us are just succumbing to the shackles of society, of the mind, and being like, oh, I don't want to do this stuff. But it's like, realistically, man, it's your life. Do you know what I mean? It's your fucking life. Do what you want. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. Like, the only way to make anybody do anything is to make them want to do it, right? So, just fucking make yourself want to do shit. Give yourself a fucking hashtag goal, reason to do stuff. It's the start of the new year now. Like, I've sort of mapped out. What am I saying? I've mapped out. Good to see you as well, man. I always bump into you by the river. I mentioned it actually earlier. I said, like, I've not spoken to anybody today apart from my mate Baker, who I always bump into. I'm not following you. I'm not stalking you. But yeah, what I was going to say, I can't remember. Saying something. You have someone else to remind me what I was saying before I got sidetracked. But yeah, just making yourself just want to do shit. Like, oh yeah, goals and stuff. Like, yeah, no, I've mapped out, like, the sort of shit. One thing I'll say as well, yeah, is, obnoxious abundance, yeah? Like, make your goals as obnoxious as possible, right? Because it's like, the more obnoxious your goals, like, even if you don't necessarily get it, it's like realizing that there's, like, no ceiling. Because it's like, if you say to yourself, like, or I'm gonna try and have one conversation this week. Yeah, if you say to yourself, I'm gonna try and have one conversation with one girl this week, like, why not just say, I'm gonna have 20 quality conversations with 20 quality girls this week? Like, that will motivate the fuck out of you more than if you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna try have one, because then you've got, like, the whole week to just have one. But if you've got the whole week to have 20, I guarantee your breakfast will taste sweeter. You'll have a springboard for tomorrow. You'll have a reason for being. You'll be, like, going out there being like, right, come on, let's fucking get it. So yeah, whenever you're setting goals and stuff, just make your goals fucking, like, obnoxious. Like, make them high, make them, like, far beyond anything that you've achieved before, because I guarantee you'll get there quicker. Especially if you set yourself a time frame as well. So yeah, that was a rant. There's someone else asked a question as well, which is quite an interesting one, which I will answer right now, which was Christian. Sometimes when I approach girls, they appear startled, and, like, I basically make them shit their pants. Like, what can I do about this? This is an interesting one. I hear about this a few times. I mean, it happens to the best of us, but if it's consistently happening to you, then you need to take responsibility for that. Usually, it's down to the actual approach itself. So, like, you're coming in like some fucking stealth ninja, and she's not even realised that you're there. And then you kind of just, like, jump out of nowhere, and you're like, excuse me, you look really good. And it's like, wait, whoa. Just slow the fuck down. Like, everything needs to be slowed down. Like, I see it all the time with the guys who I work with. Like, they'll deliver everything in one jumbled fucking mess. Slow it down, all right? Make sure the girl is actually aware of your presence. So a simple excuse me before you start, okay? It really helps as well, like, if, like, this is happening, so, like, she's walking towards you, like, if you can make eye contact with her before the approach, just makes your life a lot easier, and then you can be playful with it. Like, so if you've already made eye contact with the girl, then it becomes like a warm approach, and you can say things like, we just literally made intense eye contact back there, and I could not let you go without saying hello, or like, hi, I saw you checking me out, and I had to come tell you that you look really good. Anything obnoxious that you want to say, it doesn't have to be obnoxious, but just, like, making a point of, like, noticing the eye contact, and then doing something with it. Don't be fucking going out there just looking for, like, IOIs and stuff. If you make solid eye contact with a girl, then you must go and talk to her, because she looked at you for a reason. Even if it was just like a little bit of curiosity, there's something about you that caught her attention. So go over and find out. Don't listen to what your mind is saying. Just go see for yourself. IOIs on their own are going to do fuck all for you. It's the action. It's actually capitalizing. That's the word. Capitalizing on the looks that you're getting. Like, that's what's going to get you results, not just the look itself. Like, fucking people get looks all the time, but very few people actually do things with them. So yeah, if you're going up to girls and they're getting a bit startled, then it's usually, and it also, like, the time of the day is important as well. Like, if you're going out when it's getting dark and stuff, and you're just, like, fucking jumping out of bushes, then obviously, they're gonna get a little bit taken aback. But just a simple excuse me. Make sure you project your voice. Make sure you give the girl a good amount of a good amount of distance. Like, proximity is a big thing. Proximity is a difficult thing to talk about, because there's some situations, like, most of my conversation with girls, I'm very close to them from the start. But if you're a beginner, I would say err on the side of caution a little bit more. You don't want to be right in girls' faces, because you just don't have the the seductive or social calibration most likely yet to actually understand like personal space and stuff. But like, you know, the closer you are, the more seductive it is, but it can come across as creepy as well if the vibe is just not there. So it can be a minefield, but you know, practice, you know, exposure therapy, working shit out for yourself, or work with someone who knows what the fuck they're doing. Someone, I think James pops up in the chat, man. One sec, get the little chat thing up. So James says, when a girl is startled, I remember to pre-frame and tell her, look, notice it's out of the ordinary and I'm not crazy, etc. Then compliment and see where it goes from there. Yeah, 100%. Because we have to understand that like this is a socially unorthodox thing, right? And it's important to be able to actually put yourself in the position of the girl and realize that she feels the spotlight as well. She feels a little bit like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? And oftentimes we need to meet her in the moment. Our energy needs to match the mood of the moment. We need to ask ourselves, okay, what does the moment want right now? And oftentimes, if a girl is startled, being able to just call that out and go with that, use that as your conversation material. So if she is looking a little bit startled, like, I would say something like, you literally look like you've just shit your pants. And just that little bit of like ice-breaking humor will put her at ease because you've recognized where she's at in the moment. And like James says, you know, just like, yeah, saying like, I know that this is unorthodox, out of the ordinary. I can see that you've been a bit taken aback by this. Like calibrating after the fact. You can be in your head all you like thinking, should I, shouldn't I? But she might get startled if I do it right now. Maybe I'll wait. Calibrate after the fact. That's a remedy to overthinking anything. Like, you know, if you see a girl and you think, oh, she's so attractive, she's obviously got a boyfriend, or she looks really busy, she looks like she's in a rush. Like, you calibrate after the fact. So you go, you find out for yourself, and then whatever result happens, then you roll with that. But don't be in your head thinking like, what if, what if, what if? Otherwise, you just fuck yourself over and you spend all your life just in your head overthinking. So don't overthink, overdo. And if the girl does get started when you approach her, take the necessary action, as in tell her you get it. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. But just make sure that your approach as well is like just not coming out of nowhere. So just that saying, excuse me, she looks at you, and then you start speaking to her, you know, that should help you with that sort of thing, man. So hope that helps. What else did I write down to improve your, yeah, just like the way that you improve your conversation skills outside of day game is literally just by having more conversations, spending more time in a social arena. So just go on websites like meetup.com, find events that are happening in your local area. Like meetup can be a bit of a minefield. You often get like a lot of weirdos there, but if you're a cool guy, then you'll stand out. And if there are decent girls at that meetup, it's really easy to make things happen because you just stand out because you're just not one of the fucking strange guys. So that's really good. If you're struggling to make a social circle, then you know, go join clubs, pursue your passions, meet people who share your interests. Make sure like, you know, you don't want all of your friends to be like fucking day game friends. Day game friends. But like it helps to have a balance in that, otherwise it can get a bit like all we're doing is just talking about day game, doing day game, talking about all this shit, and you know, you need calibrated breaks from it, otherwise it can get a bit too much. Just make sure you've got those social needs met before you actually go out and do stuff, man. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it, to be honest. Like, I feel like, in essence, to recap everything for the people who are still here, essentially, effortless conversations are created when you have an effortless approach to your life. So nothing happens to you, everything happens for you. You're going through your life, you're fucking maximizing everything, you're like 10 out of 10, everything. You're having obnoxious goals, obnoxious ambitions, and people who come into your reality, it's just got that take it or leave it mindset. Like, just because she's an attractive girl doesn't mean that you have to put her on a pedestal. Like, you have to put yourself on a pedestal and be the one who validates the world. Like, don't wait for other people's validation or approval. Like, just build yourself up to the greatest possible heights, exceed your own expectations, go further than anybody thought possible, and just delight in life, delight in yourself, delight in being, and enjoy the becoming, not just the being. Because like, you know, whenever we get to a fucking goal, whenever we achieve something, there's always another thing, you know. It's like always another thing. So just, you know, be excited about where you are, and then be excited where you're going as well. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this live stream, give it a like before we say au revoir. But my brother's 14. Is he good to go? I would get if a guy's 14, I'd be getting. I wouldn't This is my personal advice. I wouldn't bother with getting him involved in day game per se. I would just focus on helping him improve his social skills first, because like we say, if your social skills are on fucking point, then all this shit becomes very easy. All you really need to do then is just get over your resistance to the whole approach thing. Yeah, it'll take time to acclimatize yourself to the conversational process of actually doing the whole like street approaching thing. But you know, if your social skills are sharp, you've got your shit together, you're a cool, calibrated guy, you'll be sweet. So yeah, if your brother's 14, mate, I wouldn't be like, oi, go approach her. I feel like it'll be a bit too overwhelming, and the poor fucker may get traumatized. So yeah, if it was my brother, then I would just be helping him improve his social skills and just giving him a little bit of like theory here and there, just like helping to normalize the process in his mind. Like, listen, little bro, this is fine. You know, this is something that you can do when you get older, but you know, I wouldn't bother too much with the whole like, because like realistically, who's he going to be approaching? Do you know what I mean? Like people his own age. Yeah, I wouldn't bother personally. Just get him to get his social skills on point. And I reckon it'll be sweet. You know, I think 18's sweet age stuff. But I've known people who start when they were 15, so it's all relative, isn't it? But yeah, for me, if a 14-year-old came to me and was like, I want to apply for coaching, I'd be like, yeah, come back in 4 years, mate, because it's life experience as well, isn't it? You know, you need to get a lot of life. The more life experience you've got, the less things phase you. Do you know what I mean? So I think just, yeah, again, you know, just the more shit that you can do in your life, the better, the more effortless everything's going to be for you. I'll just check if there's anything left in the chat to hoover up. Abe, my friend on fire, I see a girl, but there are so many people around her. So what can I do about this guy, Christian? He approaches everyone on empty streets, but freaks out on busy ones. Well, you're just going to have to start getting acclimatized to it, man. Like, there's not anyone else can do for him. Like, if the guy is struggling over the whole spotlight effect thing, like, no one gives a flying fuck, mate. People are either jealous or they respect you for doing it, and jealousy is just love and hate at the same time, as a great man once said. So, like, you know, who gives a flying fuck, man? You have to just time, like, mate, you know, life's short, no one cares. Yeah, it'd be sweet. Just the more time you do something, the easier it gets, doesn't it? So just realise that everything's irrelevant, it's fine. Be outcome independent, have fun with it, laugh at your rejections, make it more of a lifestyle, 100%. That's how you do it. You integrate it, you make it into a lifestyle. You don't use day game as your reason for being. It's just something that you can do. Do you know what I mean? It's something that you can do. It's a string to your bow. How to overcome the fear of bystanders and coming off as a sociopathic murderer. I mean, you know, especially in situations like shops or something. Like, if you're coming across a sociopathic murderer, then something is definitely wrong with your vibe. Like, yeah, it's all in the vibe that you're giving off. It's your personality. If girls have been saying that to you, like you're coming across, I doubt they would. But if girls are getting a creepy vibe from you, it's down to your personality, and it's a very difficult thing because you can change it, you can transform the way that you are. It'll take different amounts of time compared to different people. I used to be a fucking socially introverted absolute nonce. Now I'm not that way. It takes time, and it takes effort as well. But yeah, if people are getting a weird vibe off you, then there's something that you're doing, it's something about your energy which is a little bit off. So I would recommend to you, either get somebody to listen to your conversations, get somebody to watch your interactions, get feedback from friends if you can, like honest feedback, like, you know, what you actually like as a person, and that will allow you to actually tailor and target the things that you need to work on, because oftentimes we're unaware of our own bad habits. There might just be more, you might just need to spend more time around people, okay? That might just be the case. You might, you know, we live in a time right now of like high social anxiety. People are not as socially adequate as they once were. So maybe you're just a little bit socially out of sync as well, you know? So there could be a lot of things. Without knowing you personally, it's very difficult for me to give you an individually tailored opinion, but take that advice on board. And if you're consistently getting like a sort of like coming across as like, you know, just a bit like out of fucking sync, then, you know, think about getting someone to help you, get people to listen to your interactions back, get people to watch you, get people to give you feedback. It's the best way, because it's different for everybody, man. Back, there was quite a few things popping up. Ultrasound, yes mate, just joined. It's good to have you, man. Good to have you in the fucking party. Do more dates in fields, physical, verbal escalation routines. We don't film dates at the moment. Dan doesn't want to film dates, which is fair. I find it, to be honest, mate, I find filming dates is a bit fucking creepy. Like, if I'm with a girl and like it's getting like fucking filmed, and you know, it's just not my fucking bag, mate. I've got like an instant date video, but probably won't be making more of them, mate. Just something about it which doesn't quite sit right with us. Can 40-year-old still daytime chat still at that age? Can 40-year-old still daytime chat still at that age? Well, yeah, of course they fucking can. Doesn't matter how old you are, like, you can still talk to people. I think, I'm assuming that you're 40 and you're asking this question. If you're not 40, and this one goes out to all the 40-year-olds. Look, I've worked with guys in their 40s, in their 50s, in their fucking 60s, in their fucking 60s. I've worked with guys of all different ages. Like, perception is reality. Limitations are hallucinations. Of course you can fucking speak to people during the daytime. What the fuck do you think this is? Like, you can talk to anybody at whatever age. Like, okay, you're 14 years old. You can still speak to people. It doesn't... The problem with these questions is that you're seeing it all in this pickup, day gamey sphere. You need to release all that into the world. All we're doing is having conversations with people. If you saw an old man talking with like a woman during the day, you wouldn't think it was fucking weird. You just think, oh, they're having a conversation. And that's what it is. It's simply about normalizing this, all right? So wherever you're at in your life, normalize it. Realize that you've got everything that you need to succeed in this world. Perception is reality. Whatever you believe, that's the shit that you project out into the world. So don't go out with these like self-limiting beliefs, like what if this, what if that. I remember a guy once asked, like, is this possible for Eastern European guys? It's like, well, don't hypothesize, actualize. Go out and find shit out for yourself. Like, I don't have answers. I've just got experiences. I've just got shit that I know that I've done, and I've either got positive or negative feedback from doing it. But realistically, it's all neutral. You know, we all just attach meaning to things. So listen, go out there, have conversations with people, have effortless conversations by learning to just let go more. Like, just enjoy it for what it is. It's just the game of fucking life. We're playing the game, all right? And I said this to my guy, who we had a call earlier, talking about, like, you know, people give advice like, oh, all you have to do is just keep putting yourself in front of girls and eventually something will stick. But this is game, right? This is the game. It's not the fucking lottery, all right? So it's not about getting lucky. It's about getting busy, okay? So it's all about... There's a final thing that I'll say. It really is all about the quality of those conversations that are going to dictate your results. Like, even if, for all like the fucking black pill guys, whatever fucking colour pill that you've fucking been taking, it's all about the party pill, man. Like, it's all about conversations. Like, if you're like an amazing looking guy, you've got money, but you're just a boring fuck, you've got no social skills, you've got no charisma, no charm, you lack eloquence, you can't even fucking like have conversation with people, then mate, you're fucked, right? You were literally fucked. Like, if you could have, like, the greatest superpower is just to be able to have unreal conversations. If you can have unreal conversations, you'll never fucking struggle. You'll never fucking struggle because your words will always enable you to achieve things. So listen, focus on making your conversation skills better, whether that's by working with me, spending more time in the social arena, giving less of a fuck about how you're received. Like, obviously you want to be calibrated, you don't want to be coming across as a weirdo, but at the same time, like, people will react in different ways depending on their mood anyway. Like, you could approach a girl, have a conversation, she could just be not into that conversation, but same girl, different day, different story, okay? So yeah, all you can do is focus on what you're doing, fuck the rest of the world. People don't like you, move on. If people do like you, great, invite them into your reality. It's just, life is simple, but we make it so fucking complicated, don't we? I'll hoover up the final chats. Can a 40-year-old still day game? Yep, certainly. 40-year-old, as long as you're living and breathing, you can have conversation with people. Is it more it is more that I am just afraid of it. Yeah, of course you're afraid, man, because you've been socially conditioned to be scared. But, you know, it's all an illusion, man. Fear's an illusion. When you start to do things that scare you, you realize that, oh, wow, this isn't actually scary anymore. It's only scary because you're resisting it. Just fucking delve into it. Do the thing that scares you. Exposure therapy. It's like if you're scared of going in a lift or an elevator, what the fuck you want to call it. Rather than just talking about it, rather than theorizing about it, just get in a lift. Spend like an hour in a fucking lift. It'll be sweet. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40 and I day game. Plan to spend time with Christy in the next couple of months. Age is a number. 100%, man. Like 100 fucking percent. Like literally, I've worked with guys of all ages, man. But it's like, it's just all in your fucking mind. Like, I'll read this last comment and then I'm going to expostulate. If that means like put forward an argument. It's not. Anyway, I've had multiple girls in their 20s tell me they're more attracted to 40 plus men. Yeah, there you fucking go. Look, it's all relative, isn't it? But look, read My Secret Garden by Nancy Friday. Look at figures in like cinema, like fucking James Bond. Like, yeah, how old is James Bond? Like, I feel like there's been so many films. The guy always stays the same fucking age, despite like so many near-death experiences. But like, look, okay. Whatever, like, let's just say you're insecure about your age. Let's say you're insecure about something. Whatever you're insecure about, just own the absolute fuck out of it, right? Because it's like you're only insecure. Like, insecurities are actually blessings, right? That's how I view it. If you're insecure about something, then it's like your mind is signaling to you that it perceives a threat, all right? So maybe you've like lost all your hair. Maybe you're like shorter than average, and it's like your mind is telling you that. It's signaling to you that it believes that you're not good enough, right? But like, that's a blessing, because then you can actually confront yourself. You can question the thoughts that you're having and realize that it's complete bullshit. There's no rules to any of this stuff. Like, nothing is good or bad. Thinking makes it so. Perception is very much reality. So listen, as long as you're comfortable with yourself, I know it's easier said than done, but it's a process. We can all fucking do it. It takes effort. Is it worth it? Too fucking right. As long as you're comfortable in your own skin, you'll be fucking sweet. You don't need to worry about all these things. You don't need to be in your head thinking like, what if this? Like, do girls like guys who? Do girls like guys who do this? Do girls prefer guys? Like, stop asking yourself what the world wants and ask yourself what you actually want as a person. Because I guarantee your life will change when you just start putting your own needs first. And it's not going through life being like a fucking asshole. It's just going through life being a powerful, dominant figure who knows what he will and will not accept. Like, boundaries. Like, not enough guys have boundaries today. Most guys are just fucking supplicating messes, feeding off scraps, just taking whatever they can get. No, you have to be a validator. You have to be the interviewer rather than the interviewee. You have to be able to say, like, literally just sit down with yourself, who you are, what do you want? Like, what do you want from this month? What do you want from February? What do you want from March? What do you want for the rest of this year? What do you want the rest of your life to look like? Where do you want to live? What sort of lifestyle do you want to be living? What sort of girls do you want to be dating? What does your ideal woman look like? Like, not enough people are asking themselves questions. We're getting bogged down in like asking ourselves questions about the questions other people are asking. Who gives a fuck what other people want? All we give a fuck about is what you want. You as a fucking person. What do you want? Like, what do you fucking want? And then when you know that, you're aligned, yeah? And alignment equates to fulfillment. Like, when you're aligned with your purpose as a man, when you're aligned with everything that you want, life just becomes more effortless. Life just becomes easy. Life becomes fun. Whenever you find things that are difficult, just say to yourself, it's easy. I can do that. No fucking problem. You've got anxiety in your mind. You've got fear. You've got doubt creeping in. Fuck it. Just say that. Fuck it. I don't care. Invalid. Not relevant. It's easy. I can do that. And then you start doing shit, you start taking the action, you start elevating, you start succeeding to the new level. Yeah, success, to succeed, you succeed to a new level. Doesn't matter if it's got a negative or positive result, you have succeeded to the next level. You have elevated your existence to a higher plane, right? So listen, everyone who's listening to this live stream, everyone who's listening to it on repeat, everyone who's listening to it, everyone who's here, then, you know, it's all on you. You know, the world is however you want to make it. You have to create your own heaven on earth. Like, no one else is going to help you. I can give advice, sat here on my fucking floor in the kitchen, but, you know, it's down to you. How much do you actually want things? Most people just don't have the insatiable appetite to go out and create miracles for themselves. That's why they're just whiny bastards. You've got shit jobs, shit money, shit girlfriends, shit relationships, shit everything. So, you know, do what you want. It's your life, but, you know, you've got the tools, so go build a fucking empire. So listen, if you're still here, I appreciate you. Like the video, leave a comment. Not much else to say really, apart from this has been live stream number 3. There will be more in the future. It's my birthday on Wednesday. Happy fucking birthday to me. Nice one. Turning 25, man. Should my friend read pickup books rather than approaching the game to get more experience? Nah, fuck pickup books, man. Don't matter about it, unless it's my book. Nah, my book's not going to be a pickup book, man. My book is going to be Seduce the World. Fucking blueprint on just how to fucking create the greatest life for yourself and just do as much outlandish shit as possible. You're welcome, man. You're welcome, Jake. I'm happy that you were here. My mate is 39. He broke up from Bird. He broke up with his girlfriend, I'm assuming, yeah? Like, cool. I think it's healthy. I mean, look, when you... The person, like, just going off on a little bit of tangent, but like the person who's always prepared to walk away has the most power. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you'll never, when you can just remove attachments to people, you'll be fucking sweet. Just attachments to anything. So listen, nice one. I'm happy that everyone here enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, get buzzed about when I release my book. But yeah, in answer to your question, man, don't worry about reading like pickup books and stuff. Go out, live experientially rather than theoretically. A little bit of theory to just like fucking get you to sleep every now and again. Reading books is fun. Yeah, 100%, just like ultrasound says, man, go out, practice this shit, enjoy yourself, learn from your mistakes. Be your own fucking sensei. Right, nice one. Listen, appreciate yous all. I'm gonna say bye. And yeah, nice one. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Ta-da.